Guys, let's keep it short, man. Let's keep it short. It's not good enough. Not good enough. Fourth game, 2-2 against Brentford is not good enough. Brentford are only higher on the table because they stole 2 points off us. All right, they were able to get away with 1 point, and we got 1 point. All right, when we look at the table, we still are unbeaten. We still are in the top five, but it's not good enough. Not good enough at all. We're going to look into some of the stats of the game against Brentford as well. We're going to look into the lineup as well the subs, and talk about some of the players' performances. But for me, it's not good enough. Being Chelsea, the aspirations that we had, obviously we had an amazing summer, Club World Cup, and then in and out of form again during the first couple of games before international break, and immediately after international break, it's just not good enough. I get the substitutions that Maresca had to do. I understand completely. But at the same time, it's not good enough. It's not the level that we should be at. Now, firstly, I want to say VAR, yeah, I'm going to keep it short and sweet. But VAR is thinking of the plays. I've said this many times before. They're making mistakes every week. Every week there's a controversial take on the VAR. Again, this goal should not have stood because the player in front of James was offside. But again, because it's Chelsea, we've had the game against Fulham, we had the game against Crystal Palace, where we already had controversy. Do you know what I mean? So, of course, they're not really going to give it. But at the same time, they should. That's the ref's job. Do you know what I mean? So, that was one of the ones. But again, it's minor. When we look at ourselves, when we look at Chelsea, it's just not good enough. When we look at the performances of the players, it's not good enough. Right? All right, the VAR made a mistake. Yeah, and we would have then beaten Brentford. But at the same time, when we look at some of the plays that we had, the plays that we have, and the plays that we had during the game, we should be winning way before the last 10 minutes of the game. Do you know what I mean? Like it's crazy. We're playing Brentford. Brentford had only won one game before they faced us. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, yes, the VAR messed up, but at the same time, it's worrying. It's showing some darkness within the Chelsea team. Again, it's up and down in terms of performances. All right. Obviously, we had big players starting the team. For us, Enzo, we had Caicedo as well. Palmer got in after being substituted in the second half, but still, it's not good enough. We expect more from the players that we have. Do you know what I mean? So let's have a look at the stats. Looking at the stats, we can already see we had a lot more possession. And this is one thing that I've criticized Maresca on previously as well. We don't look dangerous enough. Right, we've got 60% possession of the ball compared to Brentford, obviously 34. And they've got more expected goals than Chelsea. Like, this is what I mean with, yeah, we've got the ball, but what are we really doing with it? I get that Maresca wants to play from the back, but we don't have the defense. Right? When we look at the lineup, how we started, we don't have the defense to be playing the game that Maresca really wants to play. It's up and down. Some games, yes, it goes well, but then again, it depends on the team that we're facing. I said this already, we've not really played any of the big teams yet. Now against Brentford, against Crystal Palace, it was tough because of the way they played, the physicality. I felt like Brentford had some physical, tall players, big players as well that we kind of struggled with at times. But again, we need to do more with the possession. Either if it's within the midfield, right? Even though we have possession, these chances that we're creating need to be more. Yeah, we've got one more chance at Brentford. I want to see 4. I want to see 5. Right? I want to see more shots on target. Right now, when we look at some of these stats of the game against Brentford as well, we can see they've had more expected goals. It shows that even though they had less chances, their shots and shots on target is expected more. All right, so it doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. We need to be more dangerous. That was one of the things that I was missing, especially like when we look at some of the games before the international break, Crystal Palace, Fulham, even West Ham. Yeah, we beat West Ham, right, with a lot of goals as well. But I wouldn't say like we were dangerous throughout the game, through and through. right? There were stages, yeah, don't get me wrong, there were stages that we were good, but we need more. We need more hunger. If we want to compete into the Champions League, if we want to compete for the Premier League, we need to do a lot better, especially with the possession that we have. I said this before, Maresca wants to play tiki-taka from the back, but we don't have the players that can do that comfortably every game, in and out, and throughout the 90 minutes. All right, we've had Tosin at the back, we had Chalobah at the back, them two being a partnership. See, with different defenders in the game against Brentford, but Chalobah and Tosin, again, they're not the players that are very, very comfortable doing the tiki-taka build-up slowly from the back if there's a lot of pressure on them as well. All right, so during the game, they did a lot of long balls and they got intercepted, and that's how Brentford scored the first goal as well. All right, counter-attack. But we need to be more dangerous. We need to be more attacking minded. Yes, I get the Maresca again. Maresca wants to play this possession game, but if we're not doing nothing with it, it's wasted. It's wasted. We're playing boring football. It's not dangerous enough. And we've got more accurate passes. It's nice. It's nice, but we're not doing nothing with it. Again, the shots is the main thing, right? Again, more than double the shots on target. 16 shots for Chelsea, but we've only got 2 more shots on target than Brentford. It's crazy. We're not being clinical enough. We're not being dangerous. All right. It's getting very similar what we can expect from certain players, right? João Pedro, star already for the Chelsea team. I said is wherever he plays in the 10 position, if he drops back a bit more, even if he plays on the right wing or the left wing, he does his job. Same as Neto, you know what to expect from Neto, right? This guy works his socks off. He is a very, very good and strong player for us. You know what to expect from him. Same as Caicedo. If we didn't have Caicedo in the midfield, we'd be a completely different team. And the same as for João Pedro, same as for Neto. But the rest is up and down, up and down. Again, Enzo Fernandez, up and down for me, up and down. I don't feel like he's delivered as much as Caicedo is now. Because for me, if Enzo is not in the team, yes, he played all right against Brentford, but if Enzo Fernandez is not in the team, for me, it's not a huge miss, right? Whereas Caicedo, if we miss Caicedo, it's a massive miss. You notice it immediately. But Fernandez, I want him to command that space now within midfield. I want him to be there, so if he's not playing for us, that we miss him immensely, right? Because we would have that with Neto, we'd have that with Caicedo, we'd have that with João Pedro. But for right now, we're looking, obviously, Maresca did mention after international break, we need to have some more substitutions. That's why Fofana started playing. That's why Hato started, Gittins, and Buonanotte as well, the new guy. I get that, right? And I said this before already. I expect for Fofana to be brought in slowly. The last couple of games, he was subbed in. I expect him to play a half. But it's not good enough. The levels that we're playing is not good enough. Sanchez, I've thrown my hands up here with Sanchez. Sanchez did all right. Sanchez did all right. He did what he had to do. He saved some good shots, right? And we could have even lost the game because of that. If Sanchez did not stop those shots, we could have even lost the game. But overall, when we're looking at Hato, he needs to improve there. When we look at Gittins needs to improve. Buonanotte, he's a new, right? He's new, so he needs to get back into it. Tosin, Chalobah, again, I like these guys. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that Chalobah is a bad defender. I'm not saying that Tosin is a bad defender, but when we look at the way Maresca likes to play, they're not the best defenders for the way Maresca wants to play. Right? If we were to play a different style, where we have more long balls from Chalobah, feeding it to Neto, for instance, or feeding it to João Pedro, right? Or feeding it to the striker that we're missing now, like the lap to hold it up, João Pedro to run in behind, or Neto, or Gittins, or Esteval, whoever's on the wing there to run down the lines as well. But at the same time, they need to improve the passing. All right, Chalobah had a lot of passes that got intercepted, Tosin as well, and immediately once we're hit on a counter-attack, they're not quick enough to recover. We saw that against Fulham. We saw that against Brentford as well over the weekend. They're too slow in the reactions, but we need a response from that. Now, some of the substitutions, I felt like Palmer, he did well. It's a shame from his chances, but again, he's just come off injury. He's trying to get back into things as well, so I'll give him that. Tariq, I felt Tariq did all right. I'm lost for words. We bought him for 40 mil. Honestly, I didn't want him. I wanted Simmons. But we got Garnacho, 40 mil. I think it was 40 mil, right? 40 mil. And he's doing the same things that he was doing at Man United. I've said to myself, right, I'll give him to October, end of October. And if he's not being able to gel with the team, if he's not being able to adapt his game, because he's still young, he should be able to adapt his game. The only thing that I liked from Garnacho was that he keeps running, right? Keeps attacking, keeps being dangerous, and hopefully he can be dangerous in the Chelsea team and how Maresca likes to utilize our wingers as well. But yeah, the first time in the Chelsea shirt, not great. Obviously, he was the one that basically, yes, it should have been offside, but at the same time, he could have stopped it. Right? So again, it's that lack of concentration, that lack of maturity where Garnacho thinks he's good. Right? Celebrating, obviously, the goal from Caicedo as if he scored it himself. But he needs to up his levels. He's not good enough. Now, next game that we have is against Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich is going to be another level, another test for us. So hopefully we can put in a good performance on Wednesday. But it depends what Chelsea is going to show up. That's the thing with the Chelsea team. It depends what Chelsea is going to show up. If we're going to show up to play football, to dominate and to be attacking and dangerous, it's going to be a very good game. If we're trying to do tiki-taka, slow build-up from the back, it's going to be janky. It's going to be very janky. It's going to be sluggish. It's not going to be good because, like I said, the defenders that we have are not the defenders that do the whole slow build-up type play, the tiki-taka from the back. Yes, Cucurella is one of the best left-backs in the Premier League. Yes, Reece James is the best right-back in the league when he plays, when he's fit. But the centre-backs that we have are not good for build-up. So Maresca needs something to change. He needs to be able to adapt with the players that we have as well and go for it. We need to be more dangerous. We need the hunger again. Because right now, if we play like this, guys, I'm not confident that we're gonna end. And I'm gonna say I'm not confident that we're gonna end in top 3, maybe not even top 4, right? Because we've got some big teams. Otherwise, Tottenham are doing very well. Liverpool, even though they're not doing as well as I expected, they're still grinding out the wins, right? And that's what champions do. Arsenal, again, a very solid team. MSC. So if we don't improve, it's just not going to be good enough. We're not going to end in the top 3, not even maybe in the top 4. So something needs to change, and let's see how Maresca does it against Bayern Munich. But if you like the video, if you enjoy the content, give it a like. Let me know how you think we're going to play against Bayern Munich. If it's going to be an exciting game, or if Bayern Munich is just the next level up from us, and this is just going to be a test for the boys. But let me know. Subscribe if you want to see more content on Chelsea.